Well, how y'all doing out there in Hobo Land? Mr. Casino Hobo, coming to you live from the house in Arkansas. I don't know if you can see this, but here with me right here is two cats. There's one, and then there's the black one on my leg. They these are very, very friendly and affectionate cats, which I like. But just got finished eating some spaghetti that I whipped up. Actually, me and Ragu were partners on it. I fried the ground beef, and Ragu made the sauce. I just got finished eating it for 2 days. And I fried a pound of ground beef and put it in a jar of sauce and warmed it up. It was very good. Just finished it off. Had it yesterday twice and today twice. Went down to the casino today at the dog track or horse track, whatever, and had a free slot tournament, football pool, and didn't do good in either one. So the hobo didn't make no money, and that was kind of disappointing. But I know there's always more shots. But anyway, just sitting around the house. I don't know. I guess you can see that the Christmas tree behind me here. I didn't light the lights on it. I needed to light the lights. Probably keep them on until like I guess until right after New Year's. And that when people take their Christmas tree down. I don't know. The hobo lived in a casino for 11 years and didn't see no Christmas tree, unless the casino put it up. The casino put the Christmas tree in the lobby or at the atrium. Then I had a Christmas tree. But if they didn't put one in there, I didn't have a Christmas tree. The dog hairs. I just let the dogs out, and I was petting them, and I got hair all over me now, and it sticks to your face and it itches like crazy. But anyway, I guess that's about it. I was watching. Of course, I watch Fox to aggravate me. I was watching that shit tonight on MSNBC with the pot barons. I mean, that's the greatest thing going on in Colorado, man. You know, years ago when I was selling weed, which I haven't sold it in 15 years, but I sold it on and off for 15 years. But I haven't even smoked it in 6. It's been at least 6 years, I think, since I smoked any at all. And I just weaned down to where I just lost interest in it entirely. And prior to smoking it 6 years ago was probably couple of years before that I smoked it. But anyway, I bought some from these young kids back when I was selling it. I call them young kids. They were probably 21, 22. I was about 32 at the time, I guess 25 years ago. But anyway, they sold it to me for $190, but it was the finest stuff. You lay a bud on a kitchen table or something, you could smell it as soon as you opened the door when you walked into the living room. And I knew that I could sell it for $500 an ounce, and that's what I did. So I sold it that day. I bought all they had, which was 8 ounces of it. They just stumbled across the great batch of it because I never got any more from them. So I know that they weren't able to grow it anymore like that. But anyway, I was lucky selling it on and off for 15 years. I never got busted. But this is the greatest thing ever with making it legal. I mean, pulling people over for a pipe and a roach and stuff like that, that's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. That's so dumb. It's such a waste of money. I mean, you could sell weed for 100 years and it wouldn't kill as many people as alcohol has in one year. And, of course, the more potent they make it and all this, and the more people that are smoking it, they're probably going to find some side effects. But maybe, you know, probably wind up being minor. And a gateway drug, they need to worry about these chemicals, artificial chemicals that kids are putting together, Molly and some of these other things, meth and all this kind of stuff that they're making, you know, in people's houses and shit like that. I mean, these are the really, really dangerous things. I mean, you know, they call it a gateway drug. It never led me to anything real hard. I mean, I snorted a little bit of coke when I was in my early 20s. You know, lasted maybe 2 years of my life or something like that, and I never did it again. But I mean, that was real popular back then in the 20s. I mean, back in the early 80s, I mean, Christ, it seemed like everybody and their brother did it. But anyway, that's about all for that. And now that the hobo gave you his whole drug history. Anyway, I sold them 8 ounces that them kids gave me, or bought off them 190 an ounce, and I sold them for 500 an ounce, and I sold them that day. So I made about 2,500 in a day, and that was a lot of money. And I don't know when it was. What was it? 1987. 1987, 25, 26 years ago, or 1988. That was 2,500 in one day was a good little chunk of money. But anyway, Hobo don't sell no drugs anymore. The Hobo's not a drug dealer. That's all I ever really sold anyway was weed. I mean, I could have got into selling the other shit, coke and all that, but I never did. Weed was the thing. I wouldn't have been able to. My conscience would have bothered me too much with the coke, especially with the fact that I don't do any. Weed I smoked and I thought it was harmless. So, but anyway, that's about it. I think that this is the best thing going on now. You got of course, you got a conservative part of Colorado that don't want this to happen, but looks like they're not going to have too much of a say, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing, because you got the religious people that are just absolutely insane, and with the fact that they believe in the greatest fairy tale ever told. But anyway, that's about it for the hobo. Don't want to keep on or aggravate too many people. Lose viewership. Shit, not that I give a shit whether anybody watches or not. Just gives me a chance to voice my opinion. But anyway, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that one last thing with that cop thing with the New York, with them turning their backs. They're like a bunch of spoiled babies, these cops. That's what they are. That's what I say they are. They teach them to be aggressive bullies anyway when they're in the academy. That's why they do all that screaming and yelling and shit like that. But they get too carried away, and they got pissed off because the mayor didn't really think it was that great of a deal for them to be killing somebody. 5 or 6 cops to be killing somebody that wasn't armed in the middle of the street with a bunch of cameras on them, which makes perfectly good sense to me. You know what I mean? And now they want to be acting like a bunch of babies and turning their back on the mayor like it was his fault that the 5 of their comrades killed somebody in the middle of the street for no reason, for selling cigarettes. I mean, they're insane. I mean, absolutely insane. They're a bunch of babies. Let them go back to work and shut their mouths and do their jobs. That's what they need to do. Just like what the governor of the governor of New Jersey said: "Shut your mouth and go back to work." Like Donald Trump, you're fired. You're history. Get the hell out of here. Stop your whining and belly aching and go back to work already, for Christ's sake. Try to do it without killing anybody. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Hobo's out.